Buenas noches, gente. This is, as always, Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en vivo. We are bringing you one final game from the group stage of the 1906 Copa Mundial between, on our left, in two different shades of blue, the Neptunes, a regional team whose catchment area extends all the way from what you would now call the Pacific Community through eastern and southern Asia to what is, well, to Madagascar, the furthest Austronesian language, furthest west, I guess, spoken. These are guys who already lived, for the most part, in Puerto Rico, Mexico, Cuba, Venezuela, perhaps a few fronterizo league players, and they just figured, hey, let's put a team together. Why bother uh, trying to get more players from each of our homelands? If we just all wear the same uniform, they'll probably let us play as a team, and they sure did. The 1906 Copa Mundial was very open to this idea, as long as it meant they could get a square field, four teams in four groups. And the Neptunes currently find themselves in possession of a very unexpected first place in Grupo Delta. The main team standing in their way is none other than Haiti, which is on our right side here. Les Grenadiers, in their wonderful purple, have been doing their best, but the Neptunes are currently 2-1, and Haiti, I believe, is holding on to second place above Mexico, both being 2-2 at the moment. So whoever wins this game would presumably move into sole possession of first place in the group. That's a tall order for both teams. They really need this particular game to break their way, as they would represent a guarantee of landing at least 500. Currently, there are only two unbeaten teams in the entire tournament. Puerto Rico and England have both gone 4-0. And I believe with the República Dominicana's win on our stream Friday night, there are no longer any more winless teams. So now everybody's in play fighting to get into the playoffs. Looks like the wind is blowing right to left. That's actually been somewhat surprising for what we've seen. Wind has generally not been across the field. Partly cloudy, and the best attendance we've seen in a while. Either fans of these teams came to see them play. Perhaps there is a huge Haitian crowd out there, or, of course, the other possibility is maybe everybody's seen every other team. They want to see what these two guys can do. Certainly, even if you did not technically make this a home game for the Haitians, it certainly looks like it with the purple wall out there. There are going to be some other games going on during this time. Canada and Venezuela are facing each other. There is also England versus the Soberanos, who would love to be the team to hand them their first loss of the tournament. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, it would be extremely funny. The Internacional are facing Puerto Rico, the other unbeaten team, and they are smarting for sure after their loss to the Quisqueyanos. Looks like those are the three games we'll be checking in on every other inning, as is our wont. So before we officially get started, we will, of course, read our starting lineups. Now, when I mention the home nations of each of these players, once again, as we did with the Sultanes and the Soberanos, we are going to use the modern countries. We are not going to use the colonial associations that would have existed at the time, because we see no point in honoring those. So with that in mind, for the Neptunes, leading off and playing center field, number 23 from what is now Vanuatu, but at this time playing for the Coquis de Caguas, number 23, Roberto Calzacao. Longtime Navegadores fans may remember him. He used to be the center fielder before Ham Underwood took over in 1904. Might have been 1903, not sure all of a sudden. Batting second and playing left field from what is now Madagascar, number 5, Iftin Buyawish. Batting third and playing first base from Korea. The current batting average leader in the Copa Mundial, carrying an average of 600 into this game. Number also 23, confusing. Longtime navegador Min-Soo Kim. Batting fourth and playing third base from Australia. Also currently playing for the Navegadores de Naguabo, number 11, Wally the Human Ripcord Bach. Batting fifth, the designated hitter from what is now Myanmar. But currently playing, by the way, for the Cerros de Jayuya, number 10, Tiha Hain. By the way, forgot to mention Iftan Buyawish is currently playing for the Lecheros de Bayamon. Batting sixth and catching from what is now Fiji and currently playing for the Santos de Adjuntas, number 10, Tu Manila. Batting seventh, the shortstop from what is now Cambodia, currently playing for the Navegadores de Naguabo, number 28, Chenda Su. Batting eighth and playing right field, also from Cambodia, now playing for the Nagadoches Roaches in the League of the Free Frontier, number 1, On 2. And batting ninth and playing second base from what is now Tokelau and currently playing in the Martilleros de Vegas Alta organization, number 21, Salesi Alaula. And now, the starting lineup for the Les Grenadiers d'Haïti. Leading off and playing second base, currently playing for the Mulos de Aguas Buenas, number 7, Thomas Larue. Batting second and playing first base, currently playing for the Tortugas de Culebra, number 6, Guy Gauthier. Batting third and playing right field, currently a member of the Menestrales de las Piedras, number 1, Eric Lacroix. Batting fourth and playing left field, currently an Insolente de Fajardo, number 2, Christian Gallet. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, and apparently currently suffering from some serious sunburn, playing for the Las Marias organization, number 3, Gabriel Fieve. Batting sixth and catching, current Colmillo de Aguadilla, number 13, Abdelkrim Renard. Batting seventh and playing third base from the Corceles de Santa Isabel, number 6, Alexis Jacques. Batting eighth and playing center field, a current Maldito de Naguabo, a former Corcel de Santa Isabel, number 35, Francisco Boucher. And often confused with him, batting ninth and playing shortstop, also a former Corcel de Santa Isabel, number 14, Francois Bellet. Pitching tonight for the Grenadiers, it is from the Cañeros de Vega Baja, number 32, Jean Riviere. He has pitched 8 innings in this tourney, allowed 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Riviere uses a fastball, slider, changeup, sinker, splitter, and cutter. He had a decent enough year for Vega Baja, but it has not converted to success here at the Copa Mundial. Calzacao comes in wielding a big stick, 917 OPS. He's 3 for 10. No runs batted in, though, interestingly. So here goes nothing. Let's see what will happen in this game as the Neptunes and Les Grenadiers vie for first place in their division. As the wind blows across the field, you can see the purple and light blue shirts out there. Riviere on the 2-2 count. Calzacao chops it to Bellet, and there's plenty of time for him to get retired at first. A cutter there from Riviere. A 5-pitch at bat, and we are off. Here comes Buyawish. 717 OPS. Interestingly, tells you Calzacao's been hitting a little bit better in terms of extra base hits. Same on base percentage, but slugging 200 points lower. Also 3 for 10. Also no runs batted in. Going after the first pitch with the bases empty and 1 out. Buyawish lifts it into left field, and it's an easy one for Gale. Big can of corn there. 2 outs. Bases remain empty for Min-Soo Kim, who is 6 for 10 with 5 runs batted in. As we always say during Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en vivo games, you know that if the OPS is in the Middle Ages, it's doing very well. And Min-Soo Kim is sitting on a 1415 OPS. He's damn past Petrarch at this point. On the 2-2 count, what does Min-Soo Kim do? He flies it up, and that's another base hit for the Korean wonder. Boucher lets it drop for a hit in front of him in center field. Maybe, out of niceness, they were teammates on the Malditos this year. Min-Soo Kim will be aboard with a base hit, the first of the game. 5 pitch at-bats from both Kim and Calsacao. Buawish unable to generate more than 1 pitch in his, but here comes Wally Bach. He's not doing so badly either. Wally Bach is currently slashing, 417, 385, so he's got some sac flies in there, I would imagine. 968 OPS, 5 for 12 line with 3 runs batted in, 2 outs and a man on first. It's a perfect moment for Bach to become the second person to hit a home run in Copa Mundial history. Let's see if it happens. On the 2-2 count, Bach bounces one to Belay, and they will retire him at second to end the inning. So after the hit from Kim, that's all the Neptunes get here in the top of the first. And the Grenadiers have an immediate chance to respond. Pitching now for the Neptunes. Originally from Australia, currently pitching for the Termales de Coamo, number 16, Ivan Peacock. He will face, he's thrown 6 1/3 innings, allowed just a hit and an earned run, 3 walks and no strikeouts. So he did get a win and does have an ERA of 1.42 despite having yet to strike anybody out at the plate. 3-pitch guy, fastball, slider, and cutter. He was a big deal for the Marineros de Barceloneta, providing a lot of stability to an injury-riddled rotation. And then when he went to Coamo, he just absolutely crashed. He comes up against LaRue, who is 9-4-18. That is an average of 500 if you're not good at math. 1249 OPS, 1 run batted in, and a stolen base. Peacock, on the 3-1 count against LaRue, gives him something to hit and gets him out with a fly out to left field. Buawish has it in plenty of time. That was a fastball there that was used to get the fly out. Guy Gauthier comes up, 5 for 16, 3 runs batted in, also a stolen base. 1 out, base is empty. Gauthier going after the first pitch, and just like it worked out in the top half of the inning, Sue comes on for it. He's got it to make it out number 2. 5-pitch at-bat, 1-pitch second at-bat, and it's up to Eric Lacroix to get this going. Lacroix is 9 for 17 with 2 runs batted in, OPS of 1353. Could easily extend the inning here. As you can see, contact hitter, not a power guy at all. Got to be careful not to give him a hit, or he will run all the way on you, and that is exactly what happens there. Peacock gives him nothing to hit, but he tries anyway, and Lacroix is cut down as that fastball is chopped right to Sue. He retires him at first, and the Neptunes pitch a clean bottom of the first. We're through 1. Neither team has scored. And here in the top of the second, Diha Hain, who looked for a bit like he was going to win the batting title in Liga Ostos this year, comes up to lead off the top of the second against Riviera. Riviera is at 14 pitches over 1 inning with 1 hit. Hain is sitting on a 3 for 12 line with no home runs or runs batted in. I am now noticing only 2 Neptunes have stolen a base, Kansako and Buawish. They're both hitting 273. How fun is that? 1-2 count. Hain tries to hit that one over LaRue's head at second base, but he's got it, and that's out number 1. The play-by-play says he fondled it. I do not like that phrasing. I do not like it, Sam I am. After a cutter for ball 1, 4 successive pitches fouled away before putting that slider in play. Riviere being very crafty early on in this game, but he's spending a lot of pitches to get each of these outs, and the state of the IT bullpen, I mean, it could be worse, but it's not good. Your 2 biggest choices here are John Bourgeois from the Naves, who is decent enough sometimes, and your other biggest choice is Nathan Roland, who is not what you would call great on the mound. So they've really got to get length out of their starting pitching here. The catcher to Manila comes up. He's 3 for 12 with 2 ribbies. He also goes after the first pitch with the 1 out and bases empty, and that's an easy catch for Gautier. Sends it over to Javier at first base, and Manila is down for the count. A splitter hit high in the air, just enough to get it to the first baseman in the first place. Here comes Naguabo, backup shortstop Chenda Su, 2 for 11, OPS of 432, pitiful. No home runs, no runs batted in, 2 outs, bases empty. Su on the 1-2 count. Hits it high, hits it deep, but hits it slow. And it's an easy pickup for Boucher, his teammate. Oceania goes down in order here in the top of the second. The Neptunes unable to get anything going. And it's usually, the Neptunes are usually so good at getting a rhythm going. One that you can dance along to. But in the bottom of the second, it's Peacock on the mound to face Gale, Fieve, and Renard. Peacock got through that first inning on 8 pitches. Gale is sitting on a 4 for 15 line with 5 runs batted in. He'll wait 2 pitches, or 3 rather, in here before giving IT their first hit. Gale has a single into left field there, and now Gabriel Fieve comes up with a man on base. 3 for 14 line, 3 runs batted in. This could get interesting right away here, gente. As Fieve takes him to a full count and punches one through, but not quite in time. Alaula gloved it, sent it to second, and they got the out, but I don't know about you. That clearly showed, interesting. The original play, the ball clearly got there after the runner, but not so much on the replay. Deceptive editing, perhaps, alternative facts. A fastball away, and Fieve fell for it. Fielder's choice, he'll be on board. With a man on first and 1 out, and correct me if I'm wrong, Fieve, not the fastest runner in the world, but he could make some things happen. I believe he is currently considered one of the top prospects in the Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña. He is indeed currently number 8 in the league. Has not had the world's greatest minor league career. They're obviously going to hope that turns around. Here comes Abdelkrim Renard. He's 2 for 14 with a ribby. Man on first, 1 out. Renard goes for the sac bunt, and it's successful. He moves the runner over with 2 outs as he's out by a couple of steps. Looked like he had to slow up as he made it to first. So here will come Jacques, 5 for 14 with 2 runs batted in. Jacques, a real threat here. He's sitting on a 938 OPS. So he's getting hot at the right time. Man on second with 2 outs. Can Jacques do something with his first pitch? Launches it into left field, but it will not escape Guawish, who grabs it. The IT second is over. They get the hit, and that's it. After a bad first pitch swing from Jacques, he will not be happy with that as he heads back to the dugout. Let's check on the other games going around. Currently, also in the bottom of the second, Diogenes Ramirez has just singled off of Ryan La Pesadilla Joseph to put 2 on with 1 out for Venezuela. The Minotintos are bringing up Baltasar Santos, who I believe to be their 9-hole hitter. He's currently sitting on a 1-1 count with 1 out. Joseph is through 4 outs, having allowed 2 earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Venezuela is up 2-1. 4 hits to Canada's 2 and 1 error to Canada's 0. They're currently winning that game. England and the Soberanos are also in the bottom of the second. Rob Johns just struck out looking to end the bottom of the second. Maurice Tuck, will be taking over here. He's through 1 inning with a walk, and he'll be facing Felix Preseda. Neither team has scored, as I mentioned. England does have 3 hits, and the Soberanos have an error. Similarly, in the bottom of the second, Hernando Cabrera just grounded out for the second out. Jorge Lacayo is up on a 1-0 count with 2 outs and the bases empty against Vladik Ofitsirov. The Ukrainian pitcher is through 5 outs for the Internacional, having allowed no hits, no runs, but a walk and a strikeout. The Europeans currently have a hit on the Boricua staff, which I believe today it was Efrain Calderon of Salinas on the mound. We'll check back in with them after the 4th inning, but right now, Jean Riviere faces the bottom of the Neptunes lineup, starting with on 2, Alaula, and then Calzacao. 2. OPS of 5.23, a 3.411 line. Pitiful. Don't even want to know what the color of his energy is. 3 runs batted in. Goes out to the first pitch, and hey, he gets a hit. That lands in front of Gale. He can't quite get in front of it in time. It falls, and that will put a man on base for Alaula. On 2, bit of a power hitter in the Texan League. That's really his calling card. Not a fast runner, not a contact guy. He was almost certainly never going to stick in Puerto Rico with that kind of approach. Alaula comes up, he's had 1 hit, and you know what that means on a game we're recording. These are always the guys who somehow show up big. Is that going to happen for him today? Man on first, no outs. Let's see. First pitch, he bunts it down the line, and it's another successful sac hit. Gautier sends it to LaRue, and Alaula is somebody that we used to know this time. 2 takes second. That turns over the lineup. Here comes Calzacao. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Comes up with a man on second and 1 out. He's proven able to hit the ball for extra bases in this tournament. Let's see if he'll do it. He ground out last time. This time it's a 1-0 count, and that's going to land. It's the Neptunes who would draw first blood in this one as Calzacao hits one all the way to the wall. It is a 1-out RBI triple. Boucher took the wrong route on that one, and with the 3rd hit of the game for them, the Neptunes get on the board first. A line drive hit that bounced off the top of the wall. Boucher not even close to ready for that one. And by the time he'd gotten the ball, Calzacao was already rounding second. He scores 2 easily. By the way, you have to imagine that On2's name was the subject of a lot of infuriatingly bad Abbott and Costello-style routines in Puerto Rico during this time. And if you want to give Javier some advice, it's don't leave a fastball there to the best hitter, the 2nd best hitter on the Neptunes. Maybe the 3rd best. Balk exists. Here comes Buawish. He comes up with a man on 3rd and 1 out. Does he want to double the lead here? Well, he does, but can he? Looks like not quite. A hard hit line drive, but Bele is a defensive wizard. He's won the award before. I have no idea why Catania replaced him, and he makes the grab here. 2 outs and a man on 3rd for Min-Soo Kim. He's already got a hit in this game. Can he do it again against Javier? Man on 3rd, 2 outs. Kim is 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position, but I don't think it's going to happen for him here, as Boucher, not to be deceived again, runs that ball down and makes the catch with both hands up. He knew he did not want to get clowned on for that one. Well in position as we get the most beautiful sunset we've seen during one of these games, I think. They'll have to deal with that. It's the bottom of the 3rd, and Ivan Peacock will face Boucher, Bele, and LaRue. Boucher, despite his impressive performance on the Malditos this year, is sitting on a 1 for 13 line with 1 RBI in this tournament. Peacock, 19 pitches over 2 innings, allowing 1 hit. Boucher leads off with a hit up the middle. Good hard grounder. He'll make the turn at first. That's his 2nd hit of the tournament. And if I remember correctly, Boucher, quite the base stealer. We should be seeing some of that action, although Manila's got a decent enough arm, and Peacock is not a good holder. This could be an interesting situation. It could go any way. Besides, Bele is currently hitting the crap out of the ball for somebody who's not famous for his bat. An 890 OPS from Francois Bele is something you only get in a tournament like this. And once again, a pitcher leaving a fastball over the middle of the plate and expecting to get away with it. Bele, 5 for 13. There goes Boucher, and he will steal that one easily. His first steal of the tournament. Bele, by the way, has 4, which is more than the entire rest of his lineup put together. On the 2-0 count, Bele hits that one to second base. Alaula has it, throws to first. He's retired, but Boucher goes to 3rd with a tying run, and the top of the lineup here could do some damage. LaRue, 0 for 1 on the day, still on 1184 OPS. Let's see what that's good for. He goes for the full count, lifts that one into the air. It goes down to right field. It's caught by 2, and Boucher will tag to score. It's a tie game now. Neptunes took the lead in the top of the third, and the Grenadiers tied the game back up in the bottom half of the inning. Not the ideal play. You would want a real base hit, but at least it shows that they can do some situational hitting here, especially as they're forcing many pitches out of Peacock for that at-bat. 6 pitches before being retired on sac fly cutter, and here comes Guy Gauthier. He's 0 for 1. Bases empty and 2 outs. Gauthier with a line drive hit directly at Kim, but he can't hold on to it. And I can't imagine why. That must have destroyed every piece of dirt it came into contact with. You can see why Kim wouldn't have been able to handle it. Sure hope none of his Naguabo teammates were watching very closely, though, because here comes Lacroix. He's 0 for 1. He's got a 1 hit against Peacock and 8 at-bats. And with a man on first and 2 outs, it's dangerous times for Ivan Peacock. 1-0 count. There goes Gauthier. He'll steal his second base of the tournament, and it's a 1-1 now. 2-2 count. That's a bouncer to the shortstop. Sue has it. He makes short work of the throw, and it's over. Great defensive play from the Cambodian shortstop. That could have been an infield hit for a lot of people, but Lacroix retired to end the side, and we are through 3 innings. IT ties it up there, but they don't get much more than that. So this is a whole new ball game entering the 4th inning. The Neptunes, Hartzman, Bach, Hain, Manila have to face Javier, who is through 3 innings on 33 pitches, 3 hits and 1 earned run. Wally Bach, 0 for 1 on the day. He takes Javier to a full count and then cracks one, but it's right to LaRue. He makes the throw sidearm to first, and that's out number 1. Good at bat. No reward for that one. Here comes Hain. He's 0 for 1 on the day. A 2-2 count for him as well. Hit this time to a shortstop. Belay has it in plenty of time. He throws over to second. To first. And here comes Manila, the catcher. 0 for 1 on the day. 2 outs. Base is still empty. He won't waste any time. It's the 0-1 count, and he puts one up the middle. The Neptunes, with 2 outs, have a runner as it lands in center field there for Chenda Su, who is 0 for 1 on the day. 1-1 count. Chenda Su bloops one into center field. Boucher once again. That time, I don't think anybody was getting to it. It's a base hit. Manila in at second and on 2, who already has a hit today. The Neptunes in serious business here with 5 hits. 2 of them coming back-to-back here. 2 on the 2-2 count. 2-2 count. Flies that one out, but it'll load the bases. Manila at third, Sue at second, and it falls to Celestia Laula to try and get any of these runners in. Not the guy to be relying on, as last time he was up, he put up a sac bunt. He'll have to swing the bat this time. But they've really got in, I believe, 21 pitches out of Rivera so far. Let's see what happens. 1-1 count for Alaula. Hits it up the middle. It gets through LaRue's legs. That's going to score a run. Oceania, the Neptunes, go back in the lead. It is a 2-run base hit. A single that he stretched to second, and Celestia Laula with his first hit of the night and his second of the whole tournament. Once again, I keep telling you this. When we record these games, these are the guys who turn into the hero. The Neptunes lead 3-1 from the Tokalawan 9-hole hitter. And things could continue as Tu and Alaula are sitting on third and second, respectively, for the top of the lineup. Kaosakao got a hit in last inning. He had that RBI triple that scored the first run. He could make it happen again. He takes Rivera to a full count and knocks it right to LaRue. It's a lightning bolt, but LaRue wasn't going to let himself be conquered again. He looked quite invincible after that earlier base hit. So the Neptunes are ahead now 3-1, and it's up to ID to respond. Peacock is going to face Gale, Fieve, and Renard. Gale already has a hit off of him, one of 2 hits for ID off of Peacock. Peacock is sitting on 36 pitches, 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. No walks and no strikeouts. You're on the 2-1 count. He hits a weak one to Sue, who throws to first in plenty of time. Easy play for such a gifted shortstop. Here comes Five, who's 0 for 1. 1 out, bases empty. Five on the 2-2 count. Strikes out. Ivan Peacock registers the first K of the game on a cutter, and his first of the tournament, I might add. A cutter away. He's been able to play with Five to his heart's content. Here comes Renard, who is 2 for 14 right now. I don't know what he did the last time. He must have put down a sac bunt. 2-0 count. Renard with a pretty disrespectful swat into left field, but it works for him. He knew what he was going to do all the way, and it's a 2-out double for the ID catcher. That means the tying run gets to come to the plate as he doubles on a fastball, and Jacques, who's 0 for 1, can try and do something here. 2 outs, man on second. On the full count, Jacques unable to put wood on the right part of the ball, and he's under it. Pops it up, and it's up to Sue to grab it. So we are through 4 innings. ID wastes that double from Renard, and they remain down 3-1. Let's see what else is going on around the world, as that was a 6-pitch at bat by Jacques just to end in that can of corn. Canada has come storming back by the bottom of the 4th. They are up 4-2 with 9 hits to Venezuela 6. They still have an error. And Ruben Sagastume currently at bat against Ryan Joseph. He's through 3 innings, having still allowed those same 2 earned runs. Still hasn't walked or struck out anybody. And Gonzalo Marco is currently standing on first base with no outs. England and the Soberanos remain locked in a 0-0 tie. England still has 3 hits. The Soberanos have gotten 1, and they have an error. Patty Grout currently up to bat with 2 outs and the bases empty against Esteban Martin, who is through 8 outs with a walk and a strikeout. Ham Underwood just grounded out to be responsible for that second out. It's the top of the 3rd, if I didn't mention that. And Puerto Rico has taken a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th against Oficerov. He's through 3 2/3 with 2 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. And with 2 outs and a man on third, he's facing Jesus Lucio, who's 0 for 1 on the day. He's on a 1-0 count. Cedro Martin just popped out. We'll check back with them after the 6th. But in this inning, it's going to be Buawish, Kim, and Bach to try and beat up a little more on Riviere, who had 63 pitches through 4, 7 hits, 3 runs. Certainly would seem like he's unraveling. Buawish, though, no hits today. And no hits this time either, as LaRue makes a great throw over to first for the out. And they retire the first batter. Here comes Kim. He's 1 for 2 on the day, still batting .583. Can he get back over 600? I believe that he can, with 1 out and the base is empty. A 1-2 count on Kim. Wow, he gets struck out looking at a fastball. Not in the zone. Let's put it that way. Something you probably should swing at. So with 2 outs and the base is empty, here comes Wally Bach, who's yet to get a hit tonight. Riviere having a good rebound inning. And with Bach on the 1-0 count, launches it into center field, where it's an easy pickup for Boucher out there. 3 quick outs for Riviere, giving his team a whiff of hope here in the bottom of the 5th, as Peacock, 55 pitches on his line, with 4 innings pitched, 3 hits and a run and a strikeout, will face Boucher, Ballet, and LaRue. Boucher is 1 for 1 on the day. He's singled back in the 3rd, and here on the 2-0 count, he puts one past Alaula. He gets a leadoff single. That's his 2nd hit of the night, and it'll bring up Francois Bellet, who's 0 for 1. Man on first and no outs. 0-1 count. Hits that one. Alaula can't get to it, and that's 2 on with no outs. Boucher and Bellet combine for some early action here, and Peacock suddenly in trouble at 60 pitches. The batting lineup turns over for LaRue, who's 0 for 1 with a ribby. What can he do here? He could tie this game with a good base hit into the outfield. Both of those guys have wheels. Looks like he's going to go after the first pitch. That's exactly what they didn't want. It's a tailor-made double play ball. Hits it to Bach, who wastes no time throwing to Alaula at second. And Alaula goes on to Kim at first to extinguish the threat. Now, almost certainly, all they can hope for is that run to come home from third. If Gauthier can get anything going into the outfield, they should at least chip away at the lead. Let's see what's going to happen. 1-2 count for Gauthier. Hard crack, but it's right to Alaula, and he throws to first. The Grenadiers are having, how do you say, la mauvaise fortune in this game. Chance, right? Not going well for them. We're through 5. Haiti remains down 3-1. A fastball for Gauthier there, down and in. Probably not the pitch you want to hit. Not in the zone. Top of the 6. Riviere, 71 pitches, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 strikeout. He will face Hain, Manila, and Sioux. Hain is 0 for 2 on the day. Comes up, 2-2 count. Bouncer to Ballet. Throws over to first, and that's out number 1. A splitter that time. Long at-bats for the Neptunes. That's been the case this entire game. Here comes Manila, who's 1 for 2. Typically speaking, the team that's getting these long at-bats tends to have better batted ball luck just because they're being patient. Here, it doesn't work out. Boucher is able to make that catch on the run out there in center field. And here comes Sioux. But also that was a 3-pitch at-bat, so it was a little bit quicker than their usual. Sioux already has a hit today. He, of course, scored on that 2-run single from Alaula, and here he gets his 2nd hit of the night. I hope Navegadores scouts are watching this, because Sioux is not typically regarded for his bat, and is never going to be, you know, a Valentissimo, but his defensive skills are so good that if he can even bat like an average hitter, he will be incredible. Here comes on 2. He's got 2 hits on the night. Hey, 2 hits for 2 for 2. 2 outs, 1 on, and 2 outs is exactly what you call this play. He hit it right to second base, and he's out for the first time today at first base. The Neptunes get a hit and nothing else in the top of the 6, and we head down to the bottom of the 6. 2's at bat. Still pretty good. Peacock, 65 pitches. He'll face Lacroix, Gale, and Fieve. Lacroix is over 2. Peacock is through 5 innings. He's allowed 5 hits, an earned run, and 1 strikeout. This is the kind of thing he was always doing in the playoffs for Barceloneta. He would step in when their backs were against the wall, and they just needed that 1 win to get some momentum back into the team, and he would do it. He's used to being cool under pressure, and here he leads off by giving Lacroix a leadoff walk, his 4th of the tournament. Reminder, he has struck out 1 guy. 9-pitch at bat to walk the man, and pitches 8 and 9 were balls 3 and 4. Despicable conduct at the end there, especially since I was just talking about how cool he is under pressure. Here comes Gale, who's 1 for 2. 2-0 count. There's an attempt at stealing. Lacroix running. He's well ahead of it. It's his first steal of the tournament, and a hitter's count for Gale, as Peacock's been feeding him nothing but fastballs. Back-to-back walks for Peacock, and the Grenadiers are in business. 2 on with none out for Fieve. Sure, he's over 2. Doesn't matter. 1-2 count. Fieve puts one into the air, and that'll be caught easily. They're not going to be able to tag in either runner. So 2 will get it, and here comes Abdelkrim Renard. He's already got a hit in this game. Let's see if a repeat performance is in order. Men on first and second with 1 out. Ooh, first pitch. Renard launches one into right field, but it's right back to 2. He's got no trouble there. And I mean, when you have that on-2 punch out there in the outfield, it's just unstoppable. I'm joking, but he does have an Acutissimo award, or what do they call them in the League of the Free Frontier? Thorn gloves, I want to say, is the name of the defensive award out there. But he is a genuinely very good defensive right fielder. Here comes Alexis Jacques. He's over 2 on the day. Last chance to try and get... This is the best opportunity they're going to have for the rest of the game. I will call that right now. 2-0 count. Jacques, a roller right back to the pitcher, and he's out. Back-to-back walks from Ivan Peacock, and he's able to navigate around them to extinguish the Grenadiers' chances here in the 6th. The Neptunes remain ahead 3-1, and we get another chance to check around the league and see how things are going. Jake Getman just grounded out to end the top of the 6th. Europe has 4 hits and an error. Puerto Rico up 3-0 and 8 hits to 4. Hernando Cabrera, who's 0-2 on the night, faces off against Ovitserov, who is still in the game. He has pitched through 5 innings, allowed all 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Venezuela has come storming back. Once again, the most exciting game on the day is not the one we chose. Venezuela is up now 6-4 and 11 hits to Canada's 10, still with that error. Ryan Joseph, 4 2/3 innings, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout as Diogenes Ramirez just hit an RBI groundout to score Ruben Sagastume. Baltasar Santos, inexplicable why he's batting in the 9 hole. He's 2-for-2 with 2 outs and a full count right now, and I guarantee you he's going to make Ryan Joseph's life worse. And let's find out how England and the Soberanos are doing. Well, they're on a rain delay. Oswaldo Tlatenchi Gatillo, our old friend, is about to face Maurice Tuck, also known as Mo. 2 innings pitched, 1 walk, no strikeouts, no runs. England has 5 hits. The Soberanos have 1 plus an error. They've been on that for a while. Definitely we're going to check back on them at the 8th, see how they're doing. But for now, it's time for Jean Riviere on his 88 pitches, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, and 1 strikeout to face Alaula, Calzaco, and Buawish. Alaula is sitting on a 1-1 line with 2 runs batted in. He, of course, is currently responsible for the entirety of the Neptunes lead. Alaula here coming in on the first pitch. He blows it sky high, but it's an easy one for Boucher to camp out under. It's out number 1. Lineup turns over. Here comes Calzaco, 1-for-3 with a ribby. 2-2 count, but I think he's about to get plunked. Oh! A cutter goes way inside on him. Riviere loses control of it and nicks Calzaco in apparently the butt. Rough. That puts him aboard, and Buawish has a chance here. He's 0-for-3. He was doing quite well before this game. Let's see what happens with a man on first and 1 out. That's the other thing, too. When you force long at-bats out of a starter, you're going to get stuff like this. Ooh, Buawish swings through that one, but that gives them all the distraction they need, and Calzaco steals his 2nd base of the tournament. With a man now behind him, Riviere's under a little bit more pressure. He's normally good with runners on base, but here on the 1-1 count, that is a ground out. Riviere has all the time in the world to throw him out at first, and with 2 outs and a man on second, here comes Min-Soo Kim. Let's see if he'll get his 2nd hit of the night. 1-2 count. Kim hits one up the middle, and indeed does do that. Calzaco coming in hot. And he's safe. Min-Soo Kim gets an RBI single. His 6th run batted in of the tournament, and the Neptunes are up 4-1. Having a big, beefy boy who can hit the hell out of the ball is just such an advantage in this era. And Calzaco, despite, well, I was about to say his advanced age, but even for baseball, the man is 33. He's fine. Having a veteran like that, a wily guy who knows when to make the right decision on base running, is vital to the success of a team like this. Here comes Wally Balk, who's 0-for-3. He has never gotten a hit against Riviere. They've played against each other. Both teams are in Betances. Wally Balk is 0-for-7 against them. Man on first and 2 outs. 1-0 count. Hits one right back. Make that 0-for-8. He hits it right back to Gauthier, and Balk is retired. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 stranded. The Neptunes are up 4-1 as we head into the bottom of the 7th. Peacock, 86 pitches over 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He'll face Boucher, Bellet, and LaRue. Boucher has 2 hits on the night. Let's see if he wants to make it a 3-hit night. He does, but unfortunately he can't get it past Alaula, who runs to his left to get it and throws to Kim over at first. Ignore the play-by-play that says it was Kim who caught the ball. It was not. Bellet comes up next. He's 1-for-2. He's had a rough night comparatively for his tournament, maybe beginning to cool off a little bit. And here on the 0-1 count, he tries to hit for power. It does not work. Buawish has it sized up all the way, makes the catch. It's 2 outs. The bases remain empty for LaRue, who's 0 for 2 with a ribby. He, of course, hit the double play that ended that previous inning. And here, even more embarrassingly, pops up in foul territory so slowly that Kim is able to run in and catch it. We're through 7 innings, and the Grenadiers seem not remotely interested in winning this ball game all of a sudden. I mean, you can sense how quiet the crowd's gotten, really. In the top of the 8th, Hain, Manila, and Sioux. It seems like they were at bat just recently. They'll face Revere, who is on 103 pitches over 7 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, 1 strikeout. Hain is 0 for 3 on the night. He takes Revere to a full count and sends it over to center field on a big arc. Boucher has it. It's out number 1. Some Grenadiers fans applauding for at least a good defensive play out there. 6 pitch at bat. Not bad. Manila, 1 for 3 on the day. He's got an 0-2 count. He hits it hard, and that's what they call a thriller in Manila. Or from Manila, perhaps. Drops it into right field for a base hit. Lacroix unable to square that one up because he's not a right fielder. Here comes Chenda Sioux, who's 2 for 3 on the night. Another chance to get 3 hits. Goes after the first pitch. Pops up. Everybody chasing that one down. But it's the catcher who'll get it. Renard. And Sioux is retired. A splitter. Up and away. And here comes on 2, who is, coincidentally, also 2 for 3. 2 outs. Man on first. Well, 2 isn't out yet. He's at the plate.
Strike 3.
Now 2 is out. He strikes out on a fastball. The Neptunes remain up 4-1, and we head into the bottom of the 8th. The Grenadiers send Gauthier, Lacroix, and Gallet to the plate, and they are running out of time to get 3 runs against Ivan Peacock, who through 7 innings of 5 hit, 1 run, 2 walk, 1 strikeout ball, has only thrown 92 pitches. Gauthier is 0 for 3. On the 1-2 count, Gauthier bounces it to third base. Balk has it, throws sidearm to Kim, his teammate, and he makes it happen. Good throw there from the Australian to a guy he really knows. They must have done this 1,000 times in infield drills. Lacroix comes up next. He's 0 for 2. Man on first and no outs. Lacroix did draw a walk, and he draws a second one here from Ivan Peacock, his 6th of the tournament. He has struck out 1 guy. Gallet comes up next. He's 1 for 2. There's a man on first and 1 out. Gallet also walked last time. Here on the 2-1 count, he hits it to Sioux, and it's another tailor-made double play. They just keep hitting them exactly where they can't. The one spot that you cannot put that ball in. Sioux to Alaula to Kim, and the 8th is over just like that. The Neptunes remain up 4-1, and we'll have one last check around the league. In the bottom of the 4th, the action has started again. Marcos Frias just flew out against Maurice Tuck, who's walked another guy. He's on 2 walks now. Felix Preseda faces him again, is currently on 2 balls and no strikes with 1 out and a man on first. He got there some way other than a hit, because otherwise we're in the bottom of the 4th and everything is still the same. 0-0 for the teams in play. Looking up next, Puerto Rico hanging on to that 3-0 lead against the Internacional. They're winning 9 hits to 5. Europe also has an error in the 8th. Efrain Calderon has pitched 7 innings with a walk and 5 strikeouts. Alban Lopez just got caught stealing at second to end the bottom of the 7th. The Crabman himself, Garm Gespers, will lead off the top of the 8th. He's 0 for 3 on the night. And lastly, for the first time, there is no lead change in the Venezuela-Canada game. Venezuela remains ahead 6-4, 11 hits to 10, because they are on a rain delay. In the top of the 6th, Ferdinando Osuna, through 5 1/3 innings, 4 runs, no walks, no strikeouts, he just got Brian Drover to ground out, and he's about to face Waldo Auclair, one of my top 5 names in the entire league. He's 1 for 1 on the day. 1 out, and the base is empty. Top of the ninth for the Neptunes. They'll send Alaula, Calzacao, Buawich, and then who the heck knows, to face Javier, who is on 120 pitches, over 8 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, 2 strikeouts. Alaula, 2-1 count. He flew out to center field last time, and he's going to do it again. Or is he? No, Boucher couldn't quite get there in time, and it's a base hit. Alaula should be into second with a sliding double. That's a genuine 2-base hit, and it's his second hit of the night. He's got a double and 2 runs batted in today. He's more than doubled his OPS. Aha! The crowd is back. Here comes Calzacao. He's 1 for 3 with a ribby. With no outs and a man on second, this is just about the ideal situation to put some pressure on them, which he does. That is bounced in front of Calais in left, and Alaula able to run it to third to put runners on the corners with no outs. Alaula showing some smart base running, waiting to see what the left fielder would do. And here comes Buawich, who is 0 for 4 on the day. This could be a good moment as Javier is almost at 130 pitches. He's going to be tired. There goes Calzacao. It's a delayed double steal. Plus, worse, noticing the runner to his left, Renard, in trying to rush the throw, or maybe not paying as much attention as he should have, made things immeasurably worse. That ball goes into the outfield, and Alaula crosses the plate to make it a 5-1 ball game, but worse yet, Calzacao will be at third after that play. Poor Jean Riviere, that is not an earned run, his first unearned run of the game, but that should not have happened. With a man on third and no outs, Buawich here doesn't have to do much, which is good because it doesn't look like it's going to happen. The 2-1 count, Gallet grabs it, and Calzacao cannot move. Here comes Kim. He's 2 for 4 on the night with a run batted in. Man on third, 1 out. Kim hits that through. It's his third hit of the night. Shambhala. He makes a wide turn at first. It's an RBI single. His 7th run batted in of the tournament, and the Neptunes are up 6-1. You should see the best part of Neptune victory celebrations is they all wear that hat. You know the one I'm talking about. The Yogi Bear Sheriff hat. Park Ranger, Park Ranger. That finally causes the Grenadiers to pull their pitcher. Now pitching for ID number 7, Henri Bousquet, normally of the Guaynabo organization, formerly of the Rio Grande organization, where he was a lot better. Wonder what happened there. Bousquet is a slider, curveball, changeup, and cutter guy. He's been pretty good in the minor league level. I don't know what that's going to result in when he presumably eventually makes it up to the majors. But here, after that 7-pitch at bat, yeah, Riviera had to go. So with a man on first and 1 out, Wally Bach 0 for 4. And by the way, that's the 13th hit that the Neptunes have put across here. Wally Bach, 3-1 count, launched into right field. Easy catch for even Lacroix. Bach missed a home run by 20 feet or so. So with 2 outs and a man on first, here comes Hain, 0 for 4 on the day. 1-0 count. And that was exciting for all of 5 seconds. Hain lines out to Gauthier at first, who basically just put a glove out to protect his face and got the out there. But the Neptunes go into the bottom of the 9th ahead. Ahead 5 runs, 2 more in that inning, and 3 more hits. Let's do one last check around the league, see what's up. Venezuela is still on its rain delay, 6-4 against Canada. England and the Soberanos are still in the bottom of the 5th without a score. I think this is the longest England has gone without scoring a run. And Puerto Rico in the top of the 8th with another rain delay. Casper's still waiting to lead off the top of the 8th. Here comes Fieve, Renard, and Jacques to try and salvage this game. Peacock is at 104 pitches over 8 innings. 5 hits, an earned run, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Fieve is 0 for 3. That's awesome. Fieve leads it off with a good hot single through the right side gap. And now pinch hitting for ID of the Buffalo Hopper Boys, number 57, Simon Laroche. He is 1 for 2 in the tournament. Let's see what he does here with a man on first and no outs. 1-0 count. Not quite. Can't get it over Alaula's head at second. And he's got it for out number 1. Grenadiers down to 2 outs. Jacques, who would have normally been their big hero here, he's 0 for 3. Can he make it happen on hit number 4? Start a rally. Man on first and 1. Jacques, 1-0 count. Alaula hits it, throws to second, and it's a game-ending double play. The third the Grenadier hit into. The Neptunes win this one 6-1. Ivan Peacock showing up big for his team here as the Neptunes pull into first place in Grupo Delta. Well, that was a game that the Neptunes had under control from the get. Ivan Peacock pitching his absolute best. 9 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, which was earned, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Backing up, well, this is funny. The 3 guys who went 0 for 5 in the Neptune lineup, Boawish, Balk, and Hain. Everyone else got multiple hits. Gatsakao got 2, Manila, Su 2, and Alaula also got 2. Kim got 3. On the Grenadier side, you see nothing like that. 3 hits from Gale, Fieve, and Renard, another hit from Bele, and then a hit from Boucher. 2 more hits from Boucher. They just did not show up at all. And when you do that, you're not going to be able to back up what wasn't even that bad a game from Riviere. 13 hits, yes, a lot of contact, but they could have managed that. They had the defense to make that happen on the infield. They just kept hitting into those double plays. This, I will die on this hill, this would have been a competitive game if the IT bats show up. That's what failed them. The pitching here was not the issue. They should have been able to keep this close. Bueno, gente, this is the last game we're going to show you from the group stage. We're not sure how we're going to do the playoffs yet. We know that when we stream, it will be a playoff game. We are guessing that it will be the Campeonato Mundial once the final 2 teams have been decided. We'll try to keep you informed of any other developments. Maybe we do some kind of short video relating what happened in each game or something like that, or we might summarize them on our socials. But that's what we're going to do. And then after that, we will plain move on with the off-season, almanacking, all that sort of thing. In the meantime, as always, this is Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en vivo. Gente, buenas noches, gracias mil, y Dios les bendiga.